Now just picture this, everybody. I'm in a customer waiting room on my knees in front of a vending machine, holding a Reese's peanut butter cup, and my arm is literally stuck in the machine. Everyone, and welcome to Life with a Cheri on Top. I am your host, Cheri Hagan, and today I am joined once again by my favorite co-host,
Guess
Kevin
who?
Hagan. Hello, handsome.
Hi, beautiful. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I don't know. Depends on the subject here.
Well, okay, so one of our most popular episodes thus far was about fear. So I was thinking about, okay, what else does everybody kind of always have in common, right? Everybody's always afraid of something, everybody, but I don't want to talk about fear again because we've already done that. So I thought maybe we could talk about life's most embarrassing moments because I have so many. But I don't know if you do.
Probably.
All right. The whole point of sharing this, by the way, is not to just embarrass yourself, but when you're in an embarrassing situation, I think the best thing to do is laugh at yourself, which is what I've always done, because I just want to be the first one to laugh.
Yeah.
You know?
You got to break the tension.
Yeah, you got to break the tension. Exactly. All right. So I think my first experience being like absolutely mortified was in 8th grade. No, seventh grade. 7th or 8th grade. Oh, okay. Either one. I was in junior high school and fugly, as I keep telling people that because it's the truth. That's how I was.
Highly doubted, but okay, you can continue.
Nope, totally was. And I had braces.
Oh, now you're fugly. No, just kidding.
No. I had braces and glasses and a face full of acne, but the braces come into play here. So my first period class in junior high school was Spanish. And my Spanish name in that class was Carlota. And I hated that name, and I like everything I hated. I just hated first period Spanish. I hated everything.
Okay.
So it's first period, and you're 13 or 14 years old. So you're exhausted when you get to school.
But you weren't excited to get to school?
Yeah, no, I wasn't one of those kids.
All right.
And I would lay with, like, my arm was straight out, and then my head was laying on my arm on my desk. And keep in mind that I was wearing a aqua blue cable knit sweater. Also comes into play here in a minute.
Okay.
Okay. So I wonder right now, are people going, how did these two things, like, how is this going to...
You've got me on the hook here.
Okay. So my crush, whose name was Scott, I'm not even going to say his last name, sat next to me because we all sat in alphabetical order. Okay. So I was called on to answer a question in Spanish, and the Spanish teacher said, Carlota, answer the question. And so I sat up to answer the question. And when I sat up, my braces were caught in my cable knit sweater sleeve. And so when I sat up, my entire arm came with my mouth. And Scott, my crush, who was sitting next to me, fell off his chair laughing. Because he could see what was happening,
Right.
But nobody else really could. So the teacher thought I was just being obnoxious and sent me out of the classroom. And
with your arm in your teeth.
With my arm in my teeth. So I walk out, and then she follows me into the hallway to yell at me. And then she sees what's happening, and she's like, oh my God, you poor thing. Like, let me try to help you. So she did. She helped me get the piece of knit out of my bracket in my brace to release my arm, and then sent me to the restroom so I could get it off of my teeth, and then I came back. So that was embarrassing story number one. In your most formidable years, you're like 13, 14 years old. And yeah.
So I was same age.
Okay.
And I stayed over at a buddy's house. There were 4 of us, and we were doing a little sleepover at his house, 7th grade or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And we were in the family room with sleeping bags. And
Okay.
This is going to sound kind of creepy, but his mom was hot back in the day, right? So we were.
Oh my God, that does sound creepy.
For some reason, we were running around. It's like 9:00 at night, we think it's 2 a.m. or something, and we're running around in our underwear. And I'll just say Mrs. T comes at the top of the stairs and she goes, "I can see you boys." And we all just like started screaming and crying and running to our sleeping bags. It was like, oh my God, someone saw me in my underwear. That
was it?
Well, I mean, that was,
oh my God.
That was devastating for me as a young kid.
Oh my God. My stories are so going to top yours.
Well, that was just my first one I could think of.
Okay. I mean, one of those kids were her sons, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So, she sees boys in underwear all the time.
Well, not all boys, but whatever.
Oh my God.
So yeah, that was,
You were mortified.
A little bit. I was very embarrassed the next time I saw her. I'm like, "Hey, Mrs. T," and she's like, "Oh, hi, Kevin." I'm like, "Oh, don't even look me in the eyes. Don't look me."
All right. Well, my next one is 8th grade, graduation. First time I'm wearing a formal dress and high heels. Well, just heels, period. I don't think they were very tall because I've been 5'9" since I was 12. And until I was in high school, I didn't want to wear heels because I was already towering over everybody. But wearing heels for the first time. And what they would do was announce your name and you would step forward into the gym and then find your seat. And, the bleachers were all filled with parents and families. And,
right.
Okay. So it's a crowded gym at Eisenhower Junior High in Hoffman Estates. And when they called the person in front of you, they would step forward onto a mat. And then when they called that person's name, that person would go. And then you step on the mat.
Okay.
Right?
Yep. Makes sense.
So, yeah. Well, I'm wearing heels for the first time, and it's a braided rubber mat. And so I don't know it, but my heel is stuck in the braid of the mat. And so when I get called, I take a step forward and the whole mat comes with me and I fall flat on my face in front of everybody. Like everybody's family, and what's really weird to me is the people that I went to 8th grade with that I tell the story to, they're like, "I don't remember that at all." And I'm like, oh my God, it was so scarring to me.
Everybody's in their own moment then. You were in your own moment, which was hell, but
yeah. Yes,
still all yours.
Oh, it's still all mine. Okay. How about as an adult? Do you have an embarrassing story as an adult?
Well, there's 2 things, but now I feel like they're not as embarrassing as they should be because of what you said earlier. But I don't know if it was. I guess it was embarrassing because I was at a buddy's wedding, and this goes back many years ago when I was much thinner, moved a lot faster, so I was on the dance floor doing some awesome moves. I mean, awesome,
Listen, he's actually a really good dancer. He really is.
Somewhere along the way, Wipeout came on as one of the songs.
Yeah.
So you jump down, you get the floor, and you do the drums on the floor, and then you jump up and you do all this stuff. So doing that, and during the first time, I didn't realize I split my pants on the first way down. So I just kept going, and people were like, coming around because I was a drummer when I was a kid. I'm like, oh, look at me, I'm doing great. and then so I got a little bit more into it and did the old alligator dive where you dive up, you jump up and hit your hands and then roll and pop back up. Well, I smacked my chin on the floor and cut it wide open.
Oh my God.
So I'm all of a sudden I'm like I'm still dancing. I'm like, oh, I'm bleeding. Oh, my pants are split. What the hell am I doing out here? And of course, this is how great of a buddy I was at the wedding with. That's one of his wedding pictures, is me with my split pants and chin busted open, is in his wedding book. So can't live that one down.
Oh, that's awesome. That's actually a good one.
Yeah.
I think I have so many. Seriously, I have so many. But I think the most embarrassing period was, it doesn't matter what age. I think I was like 21 when I started at Motorola, 22, whatever age I was. And at Chi-Com. And I had gone to the vending machine at lunch. No, it wasn't even at lunch. I just went to the vending machine.
I know this one.
Yes, you do know this one. I had gone to the vending machine to get a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup because when I was young and thin, I could eat whatever the hell I wanted, whenever I wanted. Mm-hmm. So I had left my desk, gone to the vending machine, and the vending machines where it like twisted.
Whirls, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, it twisted and it was like hanging by a thread, right? But it wouldn't budge. So I tried to shake the machine and it was still dangling. It was caught, right? So it wouldn't drop. So I was like, all right, this is ridiculous. Now, to preface more of this story, this is back when cell phones were just coming out, not the cell phones we have today.
Yeah, bag phones.
No, they were the actual car phones that you had installed in your car.
Right.
Right. So we were super, super busy all the time. That waiting room was super busy with customers because all the rich people were coming in to get their car phones installed. Mm-hmm. Right. I mean, I was lucky enough to have one because I worked there, but so I could look like I was rich, but I certainly wasn't.
Had one in your Pinto?
No. What did I drive back then? I don't know what I drove, but it was a nice car.
Maverick.
No, that was my car when I was 16. Stop. So I really don't remember what car that was in. Maybe a Honda Accord or something.
All right.
I was sensible.
Yes, very much so.
Oh, no. I know what it was. It was my white Chrysler LeBaron convertible.
Oh, well, no. Yeah, there's rich
it was
people
a hot car.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Looking the part.
Yeah. So thank you, honey. I appreciate that. So anyway, so the customer waiting room was filled with wealthy people and sometimes celebrities. And one of the Chicago news anchors happened to be there at the time. And everybody was like going gaga because Allison Rosati was in the waiting room. And I just wanted a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. So, I didn't, sorry, Allison Rosati, I love you. I watch you every day on Channel 5, but I didn't go out there for that purpose. I went out there to get my Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. So I tried shaking the
Reese's
machine.
Peanut Butter Cup one more time, they'll send you some free ones.
Oh, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. It's the best combined chocolate and peanut butter you'll ever have.
So I couldn't knock the thing loose, so I decided to put my arm through the slot where it's supposed to have dropped from, where you put your hand in to grab it. Right. So I put my arm in as deep as it'll go, which is past my elbow. And then I go up.
That's very Gumby-like, because those things didn't have a lot of
maneuvering
room. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was metal, but I had skinny arms. So I put my arm in, and then I put my hand up, and I got the peanut butter cup. And then when I went to go pull my arm back out, it wasn't coming out. It was stuck. And so now just picture this, everybody. I'm in a customer waiting room on my knees in front of a vending machine, holding a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, and my arm is literally stuck in the machine. I wish my friend Linda was still alive, because every single time she even heard the story, she would just start crying with laughter. She tells it much better than I do. So anyway, so I'm stuck and there's nothing I can do. and I can hear people laughing. I can only imagine Allison Rosati was one of them. And I was gone like 10, 15 minutes, stuck in this position until my friend Linda came out of the office to find out where the hell I was, you know, and she saw me and she just burst out in laughter and walked away and walked into our boss's office. And I can hear her. And I mean, she's dying with laughter. And she's trying to tell John, our boss, what was happening. But she was laughing so hard, she couldn't get it out. And now he's laughing, but he doesn't even know why he's laughing.
Right. He's laughing because she's laughing so hard.
Yeah. So she's like, just come to the waiting room, come to the waiting room. And I'm like, oh my God. So, yeah. So that was eventually the story goes on and on, honestly, but I got my arm out eventually. But good God. And I forgot to even mention this. I had worked there all of about 3 weeks.
Oh.
So nobody really even knew me.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So I was
Who's
forever
a girl
known.
Stealing peanut butter cups so she can't afford it.
I was forever known as the girl with the arm in the vending machine. Terrible. Terrible. Yeah. Happened to me. No, that wouldn't happen to anybody else.
Yeah. No, this is true.
You got anything else?
I don't know if it's embarrassing. It includes both of us.
Oh.
It was at a Jimmy Buffett concert.
Oh. Yeah, this was embarrassing. It was
I don't
embarrassing
know
for
if
both
it was
of us.
more embarrassing. It was embarrassing I couldn't complete the catch. I'll just say it that way for the moment. But you can set it up. I'll finish it.
Okay. All right. That's great. So there's a song that I absolutely go crazy for by Buck Cherry is the name of the band. And the name of the song is Crazy Bitch. And I just love the song. And we were tailgating for the Jimmy Buffett concert and somebody had the radio on and that song came on.
Yeah.
And whenever that song comes on, I don't know why, but I used to just run at Kevin and then jump on him and he would catch me. Well, we had been drinking.
Just a few hours of
a couple of hours of drinking, and he didn't hear the song.
I had no idea.
Okay, you finish the story.
I'm standing next to somebody having a cocktail and talking about stuff, and he goes, "Why is she hauling ass at you?" And I'm like, "Who?" And I turned around, and she's already off the ground. And I'm like, "Oh shit!" I did not have a chance in hell to catch her and stay on my feet.
Oh my God!
So I kind of duck and covered a little because
you caught me.
We were right, but we were going down.
Yeah, you were preparing to fall.
Yes,
while you caught me, and
I wanted to try and make sure I was underneath you instead of falling together or on top of you.
That's how much of a gentleman he is.
Yeah, I tucked around a little and spun, and I kind of
cushioned my fall.
Yeah, but I face planted into the rocks we were on.
Oh my God. Face first.
Took a rock into the forehead and it stuck into my forehead. It was pretty good. Pretty good depth.
Yeah.
So of course, being at a Jimmy Buffett concert, you wouldn't expect less where a friend of mine just kind of plucked it out and poured some Jack Daniels on it. So we're good to go after that.
Yeah.
But that was there's more to that story because that didn't work out so well the next day when I went to see the doctor.
Yeah, just so you know, don't do that.
Yeah, it's not a really smart thing to do.
No.
But got me through the day.
Well, I think not the alcohol poured on your face didn't get you through the day. The alcohol poured in you got you through the day.
Yeah.
And then the next day, because I was trying to get you to go to the hospital that night after we left.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't go. You were like, I'm fine. And then the next day he wakes up and his forehead is just full of pus. It was so disgusting. I was like, okay, now we have to go to the emergency room. So, and of course he needed stitches and it was too late. So he's got this lovely scar on his forehead. And every time I see it, I think of that story because that's what happened.
Think of that song. Thank God that song doesn't come on much anymore.
It doesn't anymore. Yeah, but it's still a great song.
It's a good song.
It's a great song. So the moral of the story here is you're not going to die from embarrassment, right? It happens to everybody, no matter what.
You know, and they not just for this purpose, but they always make good stories. That story's been told a million times in different directions, and it always pops up at a Jimmy Buffett concert when we used to go to those before he passed away.
Before he passed, yeah. What are we going to do? No more Jimmy.
I know. We used to create our own outside and have...
I know. Well, we can do a Jimmy Buffett tribute party.
Yeah. I'm surprised there's no Jimmy Buffett tribute band that goes up to Alpine because that was just such a great place to tailgate and
it is
cook out.
The best place to tailgate.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe start following Fish or somebody.
No, Kenny Chesney for sure has a huge following like that. Maybe we should try that. But I do want to, maybe we should do a Jimmy Buffett tribute party.
Yeah, we should.
This summer. Yeah. After the construction on the porch.
Whoever's listening, you're invited.
Yeah. No, you're not.
just trying to check that out, see who's listening.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. I just wanted to share those stories and kind of reassure you that you're not going to die from embarrassment and people will move on with their lives and not even remember. I can't even believe people don't remember the graduation story.
You could die from a rock in your forehead, so be careful.
Yes.
Careful with that.
If you would like to comment on this or any other show, you can do so by going to our website, www.lifewithasherryontop.com, or you can email me at lifewithasherryontop@gmail.com. And again, Cheri is spelled Cheri. Please give us a 5-star review on whatever platform you're listening, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks, everybody.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.